man.
I think we might be live.
Oh, hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to tonight's show, episode something. And we're live with the Biz Shiz show, the show where real business owners have a real talk about real business stuff in a real way. So thanks for everyone that's tuning in. Thanks for everyone that continues to tune in. It's cool to kind of see everyone. There was a question in the group today, but anyway, tonight's topic is business plans. Really, we want to hit a few things. Why we need business plans? What are business plans? Why business plans don't work? And how to do a practical business plan, right? And that's something that I'm kind of really big on, right? If you've been watching the show for a bit, you know that we tend to not muck around and call a spade a spade. We talk straight up, no bullshit. And that's what I see with most business plans, right? And in my careers to date, seriously seen how many business plans, man. And here's some stats for those people that are stats orientated. 2017, they did some research. Apparently, 70% of business owners, small businesses, right? And there's about 500,000 businesses registered in New Zealand. 70% of them don't even have a business plan. And with 30% that do, 90% of them don't refer to them regularly, right? And what good is having a plan that you don't even bloody use and don't even review and refresh, right? What good is it to you? How much different to winging it with no business plan are you really when you got this 5-page or 50-page document that's a useless piece of crap? So I'm really big on practical kind of business plans. So we're going to drop that out too. We've probably got a template. So hit us up in the comments. Because I don't know, not into kind of just chucking up the link, man, and anyone using it and or not using it, right? If you can bloody flick a message and get a powerful tool to kind of grow your business, then I think that's fair enough. We're not going to email you. There's no fucking email list. We're not list building or anything like that. Just do some shit to help, I think. Yeah, so Nick's just off doing some sharing. If you're watching this live or even as a recording, man, say what's up in the comments, man. We like to meet you. We like to know you. I'm not going to do the cheesy American. Say hi and say where you're from in the world and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's nice to see who's on and all that kind of stuff. And then obviously this is a conversation too. So chuck up your thoughts around business planning. What do you think about business planning? What are your challenges with business planning? What works for you in terms of business planning? What doesn't work for you in terms of business planning? Do you have any templates that you'd like to share with other business owners, right? Let's make this a bit of a forum where we help each other. Because I don't think I'm a guru. I don't think Nick's a guru. Yeah, so, but collectively, right, maybe we can help each other out, man. Some of us are going through some really tough times right now. Be a good guy. Be a good human and help someone.
Yeah, what's up to whoever's on? Looks like there's nearly 30 of you jumping on again, so really awesome to connect again. Hi, Marilyn. Good evening.
Is that Marilyn Austin?
There you go. Howdy.
What up?
Good to see you on. What sort of dog have you got there, Marilyn? That's cute. And Chassis.
Hey, Chassis. Chassis.
Nice. And one Facebook user, listen to you guys here in Auckland, we're organising my stock for the next 2 exciting months. I think that might be Julianne, actually. Julianne, you need to actually go in and like StreamYard so that your name pops up. She's in the Biz Squad with us. Yeah, so anyone else is on, jump on, have a chat with us. But yeah, so business plans. Traditionally, a business plan's got to be 35 pages, and it's got to have year projections, and it's got to have this, and it's got to have that, and your lawyer's got to look over it. And but frick, man, a business plan can be drawn on the back of an A4 page, and I feel like one of the challenges is that with business plans, traditional business plans, is people get stuck in the idea of being perfect, getting things absolutely right, all of that kind of stuff. And you can kind of get this analysis paralysis situation going on where you spend so much time trying to think of all the, you know, the what ifs, the SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, you know, opportunities and threats, and all of that going on so much in your head that you actually never actually get started. And so Jung and I will both tell you from a high level, like, I would rather work with someone in a coaching or a mentoring perspective who's actually gone out and started moving and shaking and getting their business happening. And we can figure out a plan once you've got some revenue and you've got some actual real world challenges, rather than just a whole bunch of you know, theories in their head, which is very much I kind of feel, Julianne, with where we've been going in the last few weeks with our conversations, which is so exciting. You know, your thing blew up over lockdown, and now you've actually got something. You've got some revenue, and you know, and it's really exciting to see that there's a real opportunity to actually mold it into a business that suits your lifestyle now. You good?
Yep, I'm good. Sorry, where do I share it again? My personal page and my business
your,
page? Or
strategist page, yeah. And then I've done the rest.
Cool.
Solid.
Yep, I'm done. I'm ready.
All right, hit it. That was just comment. I was just chatting.
Probably first thing I think is, you know,
question, wasn't it? Do you want to hit that one first?
Or
do you want to start with some context?
but I'm not organized enough to have it ready.
Okay, well, where's your thought process at? Let's go with that.
Yeah, look, let's frame it up. You know, jump in on this one, guys. But you know, I don't know. Look, I'm interested in a bit of a poll. Do you have a business plan? Do you not have a business plan? What are your guys' thoughts on it, right? But just from my perspective, right? And again, you know, I've been in the helping business owners do their thing for about 9 years now, and you know, I just think, don't get me wrong, I don't think you necessarily need a business plan. I'm not one of these guys like, hey, if you don't have a plan, then you're planning to fail. But that's true to some extent, if I'm honest, right? And I think what it is it's I'll probably use sport as an analogy, but we could use doing the dishes as an analogy as well, right? So, hey, yeah, I do. Yeah, I do most of the time.
Bro, you have a cleaner. Don't give me that. Guilty as charged.
Right, I load the dishwasher and I unload the dishwasher. That counts. Come on. Shit, man, making me out to be a lazy motherfucker.
Focus with work, not lazy.
Yeah, right. It's about leverage and efficiency and all that kind of stuff. But shit, where was my thought process now? You know, so interested in your guys' thoughts. Do you think business plans are valuable or do you not? Yeah, I hate these AirPods, but hey, they're good for what I do. So, you know, I think the thing about business plans, the analogy I was going to draw is, right, you do the dishes, right? And it's just like you I don't know what Nick does, but you know, fuck. You know, you can just walk over and you can you can kind of fumble your way through it. You know, you can kind of, do I run the water first, you know, get it heated up first? Do I put the plug in? Do I let the cold water go through? Do I get the dishwashing liquid? Do I, you know, scrub the bench down first? You know, and so you can kind of just wing your way through it, and you're going to get it done, right? If I'm honest. So that's kind of, I think, where 70% statistically, a lot of businesses are. You know, they don't necessarily have a business plan, but they're doing okay, if I'm honest, right? And what's okay, that's a relative term, that's a personal term. But, right, if I want to do the dishes at scale, if I want to do them efficiently,
consistently, delivery's got to be on point. You're going to need some strategy behind it.
Right. Profitably, if I want to have team, if I want to grow this thing out, if I want to have strategic partners, if I want to, you know, scale it up massively, then you probably need a bit of a plan, right? And underneath that plan, you probably need systems and processes and people to help scale it up.
You and I had a conversation a while back, you know, and pretty much most businesses can get to a couple of $100,000 a year in revenue without a plan, quite easily. And as I said in my passing comment before, like, you know, it's far easier to sort of to get started with something and then really start thinking about designing the business around your lifestyle. So yeah, I think it's a really great place to start with tonight's topic. So you're so funny. I hate the dishes. Love it.
Yeah. Well, welcome to the show all about dishes and why you should and shouldn't do them.
Yeah. Didn't come here for that business advice, did they?
No. Oh yeah, it was Julianne's question, but we'll get to that later. All right, and so the other analogy is sports, right? Because I think for me, analogies wise, sport is a real good analogy with business because just like sport, it's about doing shit. You can learn how to do business from textbooks and watching idiots on shows and podcasts like us, reading ebooks and all the great books, Good to Great, 4 Hour Work Week, man, Tools of Titans, man, all that stuff.
I like
playing to win. Moving, I like playing to win.
Moving. Look at this, bro. I'm still moving, but look at this. This is just like stacks and stacks and stacks of just business books, one after the other, man.
And, man, you got small books, eh? I got big motherfuckers.
And it's like every single one you pick out over time. I kind of feel like that's almost a business plan right there because you start to get your headspace right, and all of the shit that you got to do in business just falls in place. High level shit, right? Like get your headspace and get your understanding. You've got to learn the language of business.
Yeah, and you got to learn the feeling, right? Because so that's coming back to the sports analogy. You can learn it on the sideline, right? You can learn rugby or basketball, whatever you play, from a textbook, man. But there's you can't. It's a doing thing. Business is a doing thing, right? So I love your where you guys are at with like Julianne and stuff like that. It's about get out there and do it, and that's probably the first, I don't know, $1,000 a month or whatever it is, right? At that real start level. Yeah, just go, man, and you'll figure it all out, man. Because any sales process or marketing channels or campaigns you develop at this point, to be honest, they're probably not going to scale with you at 100,000 because your brand, your value proposition, all those things are probably your target market, they're probably going to change. You know what I mean?
Change, yeah.
All right, and so you got to be dynamic. So it's just, hey, just get on the field, man. Get hit, get smashed, get up and smash someone. Just get amongst it, kind of thing. So that's the analogy, right? So why are business plans available? Because they give you all those other things that we mentioned earlier: consistency, scalability, profitability, efficiency, all those good things. Man, who's giving me crap about my AirPods, man?
They like your AirPods.
Man, all lives matter, even AirPod lives, man. Jeez.
Hey, let's put this one up from Donna here. I'm keen to have a look at that. So, it should be interesting to understand how far out a business plan should look. Mine only covers the next 90 days in any detail, and further out there's bare bones. And to be honest, that's perfect. Plan. So from a high level, from a planning, day to day, week to week, month to month, you want to look to plan once a year. You want to spend a bit of time figuring out what you want to do with your business over the next year. This is high level stuff. So the high level stuff doesn't need to be, doesn't need to be right down in the detail. But, we want to take the business from, doing 200 grand a year to $1 million a year in revenue. And we want to take it from 1 to 5 staff. And we want to take it from working out of our garage to having our own premises. Those are the high level things. And then we're going to go from there. We're going to plan 4 quarters. And each quarter, you're going to take one of those big goals, which it might be focused on your sales and your marketing, on your revenue, or it might be focused on finding the right location and moving to there, or it could be finding the right people for each quarter. And then what you're going to do is you're going to plan each month. You're going to break down that big goal for each month for the quarter. And then all you're going to do is you get into a weekly meeting with yourself, with your team, and you're going to check back in on those goals that will relay back up to your monthly, back up to your quarterly, back up to your annually, and that's planning. That's planning 101. But essentially, you're always working in 90-day blocks. So I think you've actually nailed it there, Donna. You got any perspective on that, John?
Yeah, look, I tend to agree. I think it kind of depends on where you're at, like what level of business you're at. But I think I remember having a chat to Donna. If you're the Donna that I spoke to recently, then yeah, I think it's kind of bang on, right? And your timelines, kind of come from your room. When you're cracking the 7 mil, I think you probably do need to plan a little bit further out. But in terms of and that's the thing. So what you kind of said, that high level stuff, I kind of call that goal setting. I just break it out differently. Everyone calls things different things. So I kind of call it goal setting, right? And goal setting can include what market do we want to play in, what products do we want to develop, what marketing channels do we want to activate. Because when you're doing less than $100,000 a year, if you're trying to do Instagram, Facebook, strategic partners, cold calling, and all this kind of stuff, it's like, dude, that's a lot of time on marketing. And I just don't know if that's
and how you're delivering and how you're scaling.
right? I just don't know if it's a smart thing to do, right? Yes, you need marketing, but I think it's about choosing the most effective thing. So yeah, look, and what I do think is, yeah, whether you have 25-year plans, 10-year plans, 5-year plans, 1-year plans, breaking it out into seasons. I think not to get too fluffy, but there is something that happens around summer and something that happens around winter, right? Right. As we know, farming is obvious, or agricultural related businesses is obvious with seasonality, but even real estate agents, they've got a plan around seasonality and stuff like that. But yeah, the 90-day rhythm, anyway, the cadence. Look, I agree. And the other thing I'll say about it is what it enables you to do is kind of run campaigns for like 90 days, right? And so it's a holistic approach, right? Where's my finance at? Where's my strategy at? 90 days. What's my delivery and my team leadership stuff look like, sales and marketing, and you run these 90-day campaigns. And what it's doing is it gives you 4 chances to have a go at something in a year, right? And instead of just, I don't know, like I say, with most people that don't have business plans, they just kind of roll through it and wing it. And there's an opportunity, they chase it. And there's another opportunity, and they chase it. Or they miss an opportunity, or they forget to do sales, or they forget to do invoicing, because they're just winging it. And it's still, don't get me wrong, you can work like that for the rest of your life. But just good luck trying to grow a $1 million business and beyond.
I just want to check this
you need
one
a bit
up, from Adam. He said, I think it's either planning to earn a good living or building an empire. And I think it's we've kind of touched on this before. We had a guy who's a plumber. Remember, he commented and he said, "Man, I tried to scale and did all that." And he goes, "Fuck, I'm actually happier now that I'm just doing me, and I'm doing the revenue, and I'm living the life that I want, and I'm working the hours that I want, and I've got time to spend with my family." So, absolutely, Adam, I totally agree with you. And I think at that planning level, at that high level stuff, it's really like it's getting real with what the entrepreneur, actually wants, and then build your business plan and strategy around what you want, rather than letting and I've had personal experience with this, having a business where the business owns and runs you, because that's not a cool place to be. Yeah, it's fucking it's difficult.
I strongly agree. I love what you just said in terms of design the business to achieve your life goals. I think so many people get that wrong, right? And there's some financial advisors or wealth advisors, but that'll probably listen to our show or in the Facebook group at least. And what I'll say is, the other scary thing, man, when you think about 90% of small businesses in New Zealand are less than 5 employees. I'd say that they're less than 3 employees, and so they're making less than 200 grand a year. That's 90% of them. Those 500,000. That's scary. What I'll say is, at 65 or 60, what do they do? They're not much different to the factory worker that worked at the same job for 40 years, which doesn't really happen these days. But man, you go on the pension, and that's pretty sad, if I'm honest. And I think that's partly why I do what I do. I want to help people avoid that, man. You work to build a system, which is what a business is, for those of us that don't realize that. Hey, what's up, Zach? Oh, dude. So Zach De Silva, by the way, just shout out to Zach De Silva, International Coaching Federation Business Coach of the World in 2015 or 16. Remind me, Zach, if I'm wrong. And one of the best business coaches in New Zealand. And I'm lucky enough to have been mentored by Zach. Thank you, Zach. And I'm looking forward to spending some more time with you, Zach. Yeah, I'll give you a plug too, right? If wow, I don't know. Was Nurture Change still going ahead? But it gets a big retreat together every year. Nurture Change, and they go to Fiji, and all the epic names.
Restrictions, mate. Ain't going nowhere.
You be quiet. Jacinda, good or bad, is trying her best and to look after millions of people, mate. So you leave her alone. But yeah, hey. nice to see you tuning in, Zach. And look, Zach's going to have a massive opinion on this. I think it's what he does for a living. So feel free to chime in, Zach, if you're a typer. Hey, but I want to hit Julianne's question in the Facebook group so that I can get off this page and go to our page and check the comments there. We're going to come back to Donna too. But Julianne's question in the group is there a point in having a break-even forecast calculation in your business plan with so many variables to change the result? Short answer is, in my opinion, it depends. Like, I love break-even point, don't get me wrong, but 90% of the time in businesses under $1 million, 90% of the time, I don't recommend it, right? It's a good number to kind of track, but I think it's forecasting. It's like target setting. Sorry, it's like target setting. it's like saying, yeah, and don't get me wrong, you need to have a reasonable awareness of it. But, typically how I break down the financial part of business planning is kind of like, what's your current gross revenue, what's your current burn rate or total expenses, direct and
That's what we
indirect,
talked about the other week. Yeah,
right?
empty.
Yeah, what's your net profit? And then, just gun on that, right? Because that kind of says it's more of a demand and supply thing in my opinion. It's like saying, hey, I have this much supply, right? Being, your goods or whatever, and I need to make this many sales to break even. But I tend to look at it a little bit differently and just imagine there's a surplus of supply, right? When you're small and you're scaly. So it's just about, well, how do I crank this thing up as much as I can? Because to be honest, if I can go and do more than break even point, that's probably a better scenario for you. So that's what I probably recommend. So long answer is no, I don't think you need break even point unless you're in a specific industry or specific type of business. Oh, you're in Julianne's in paleo.
No, gluten free. So we're on a call last night.
Yeah. I think look, there's probably some value in it, but again, I would just imagine that there's a whole bunch of supply that you can do. And I had a quick squiz at your Facebook page, man. And I'll just crank up the marketing. I'd probably suggest strategic partnerships and or influencers. Look, and in general, I just think influencers.
We had a good discussion around that last night.
Yeah, cool. Look, I think influence is lame, but just crank up your marketing, man. Crank up your sales.
Well, it's more customer created content.
Oh, I love that, right? Oh, I forget what they call it.
Now you're with it. Now you're with us. Coca-Cola 2025 or whatever it was. That was the first.
Yeah.
So
Zach loves business plans. Of course you do. Yep.
Yeah. Donna's just responded. She said, love the idea of having annual goals and 90-day goals. Do you feel that goals and a business plan differ? Yeah, because I think I'm going to say yes, they do. Because as a person, you have shit that doesn't relate to your business. Maybe you might be spending time with your grandparents or your family, or it kind of relates to your business because you need the income to do it. So they are kind of intertwined. But the goal of moving your business to a new location or having an extra 3 staff or doing an extra $100,000 of revenue is very much a different goal to watching your kids play football on Sunday. But yeah, that's great. Yeah, so Zach, awesome. There you go, mate. Hey, there you go, mate. Look, you got some love.
Hey, yeah, this person, you must be a very good-looking person and very smart. And yes, I like you, Facebook user.
And
you're cool.
Awesome info. Thanks. That was for.
Oh, yay! Awesome. Hey, just on the Donna thing too, I like the idea of having annual goals and 90-day goals. Yeah, look, you're right. This is how I do things, right? Your business is holistic, your life is holistic, and business is a subset of your life. So you need to have your personal goals. So that's how I do it. Look, I think you got to set your personal goals, right? And whatever timeline you use. I think, if I remember that you're, under $1 million, I think set your personal goals at a kind of a 1-year timeline. Again, that'll differ from industry to industry and person to person, right? Maybe you're just I like 5-year plans, but I just think with the world.
Come back to Adam's comment too, right? Like what design the business around you. Like if you want to build an empire, then design it to do that. But if you're happy having a lifestyle business, then build it around that too. But be very clear.
100,000,000%, right? 4-hour work week, perfect example, right? Said I don't want to work much, but I want to make lots of money. It's a different business plan. Whereas building an empire probably says, look, you probably need to put in some work or scale up a massive team. But in terms of 90-day goals, look, I like that. Do you feel goals and business plans differ? Yes, I separate them out personally. Some people kind of put it all in the whole thing, right? But that's what I don't like about some business plans. We're going to give you a framework actually because we're going to run out of time. But I don't like how they kind of put the goal.
That leads into this one, right? Why business plans don't work.
Yeah, cool. You can pick that one up too. What I don't like is when they put the goals and the whole analysis piece, like SWOT and product analysis and unique selling points and competitive advantage, UVP. And they put it all in the plan. And you know what? It's just this goals and analysis thing. But I don't see the action in the plan. That's the strategic decisions being made and the actions being listed so that you can go and implement. That's what I don't like about a lot of the business plans that I see, especially on the internet, right? But they're good exercise. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying, there's no value in them, but just do them as a workshop, man. Maybe it's a 1 or a 2-hour exercise. Go to business.gov or, wherever and get a business plan template and go through it, right? But It's a thinking thing. I don't think it's a doing thing, but I think business in
Right.
general is a doing thing. And especially when you're under a mill, you got to focus on the doing. So all your planning, which you should do, needs to quickly turn into action.
Yeah,
Just like that.
This thing around.
Yeah, like neck break
why,
speed.
yeah, there's this thing around why business plans don't work. It's good because for the most part, business planning, in a traditional sense, is very much it's done from an accounting or an MBA business management type perspective, and what that kind of fails to realize, particularly with small enterprises, is that things are so fluid. Things change minute to minute, and you think you're going to start selling widgets, but all of a sudden you're actually selling cogs instead of widgets, because cogs make you more money, you enjoy them better, but you didn't realize that at the start, and all of a sudden your business plan's out the window. So that's why I'm a big thing of this. High level planning. Do it on the back of an A4 paper. What do we want to do? Who are we? What do we represent? Who do we serve? And what does the outcome of us doing that do for us and for them? There's your business plan.
Yeah, right. I think Tony Robbins. Yeah.
Yeah. Once you get onto that, the mechanics of it, delivery to the market is pretty straightforward. I realize we only got a few minutes left, but do you want to talk a little bit about what we did when we decided to set up Biz Shiz, Biz Squads? Because obviously there was a bit of a process going into sort of a partnership around each other's, different thoughts, how we planned that, because it wasn't hugely involved, but there was definitely some time that went into that.
Yeah, I remember it vividly. I think you said some stuff, I said some stuff, and then I just disregarded what you said, and then just went and did what I wanted to do.
That's pretty much what I did too.
Yeah, right. And then we came here, so we're good.
This guy's an idiot. I'm just going to do what I want to do. And
yeah, look, I have no bloody idea, if I'm honest. Yeah, I have no bloody idea. I don't know what's your recollection of those times.
No, come on, mate. No, but
remind
basically
me.
we just put some questions to each other. What happens in this outcome if
the partnership,
it, right? Yeah. That's what I'm saying, right? And this essentially was our planning. It was your questions, mate.
I know. Yeah, but I'm the facilitator guy.
You guys realize I got to work with this guy.
I'm present, mate. Once the moment's passed, and then I'm gone skis, but I'm all yours in the moment, and yeah. No, yeah, well, that was around. Yeah, look, it was interesting, right? And it was part of planning. Again, that's what I think SWOT analysis are. And I like there's a couple of frameworks that I've seen. By the way, Tony Robbins, right? Arguably one of the best business coaches of all goddamn time. $6 billion worth of net worth companies, or revenue generating, I should say. But he says, "What business are you in? What business are you really in?" And those are two massive guiding questions. I sell widgets. No. I help improve people's lives and get them efficiency through this widget. But what do we do? Look, we did that thing.
Look at this, Marilyn. That's so sweet.
I used to think you're a smart lady, Marilyn. Now I don't know. What's your name?
Now you've just proved it. I think she was talking about what I was saying about holistically understanding you and your market, and what you do and how you deliver it. And but thank you, Marilyn.
Yeah, I think so too, mate. Yep.
If we're running out of time, let's go to a quick update on Biz Shiz. What's been happening?
Wait, no, I want to give them a framework on how to do a business plan.
Oh, back to there. There you go. Do it.
Yeah. Because this will be aligned to the template.
What we talked about earlier today.
No. Probably another business planning template that I have. But look, if you want a template to run your business through, that's cool. This is like, I think it is. Yeah. Business improvement plan or business action plan. First question to ask, right? I think, and you want to do this on a 90-day rhythm, I think, if not annually. It's just a bit more high level, right? And probably give it a bit more time. but you can do this in 90 days. I don't know, it should take you an hour, maybe a couple of hours. Why are you in business? That's number one, right? So if you've got a pen and paper, maybe you want to write this down, maybe if you care. Number two, who's your target market? And number three, what do you offer to them? Right, now those are big questions. You can answer those at a tactical level. Oh, I offer them this widget thing, you know, or you can ask that. You can say, you know, I'm a cleaning service and I give them their weekends back. Right, so you choose at what level you answer those too. Right, at a conceptual level, a strategic level, or a tactical level, up to you. And then, right, we get into actions. Right, and so there's 5 key areas of business. Some of you guys have heard me talk about this before because I love these 5 key areas: finance, strategy, delivery, including leadership and team of your product or service to the market, sales, and then marketing. So you review them, right? Score them out of 10. How for financial management in your business? What do you score it out of 10? You know, 1 being shit, 10 being awesome. So you give it a score. Strategy, right? And strategy is usually, I would say, if you're under $1 million, it's probably like a 90-day rhythm. And you kind of say, you know, what are our plans? Are we going to do new products? Are we going to do new markets? Are we going to activate new marketing channels? Whatever it is you're going to do, that's kind of your strategy, right? So score yourself. You know, delivery, including leadership and management of team. You know, your ability to get the product or service to the market, maybe customer service or NPS. Leadership and management practices, score yourself out of 10. Sales, score yourself out of 10. Marketing, score yourself out of 10. Right, and they are separate things, by the way. Right, they're very, very separate things. Right, and so boom. Bit of a gap analysis, right? A self-diagnosed gap analysis, right? So it's self-diagnosed. I will say that better to get someone outside perspective and someone smart like Nick to kind of do the audit on you or the health check on you. But right, so you can improve those scores. Obviously, you want to try and focus. Well, actually, look, it depends. But if one of them is significantly low,
the weakest one we need to work on first. But we don't know that.
Yeah, right.
We have that high-level conversation. Yeah.
Right, and that's the thing. And then you make a list of actions under those areas. Okay, it's a 5 out of 10. How do I move it to a 7 or an 8 or a 9 or a 10 out of 10? Right, and we list out those actions down the bottom. Action, 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 action. Then you look at the total list of the actions. You start to prioritize that. Now you got a business plan. It's an action-oriented business plan that will improve your business, because how can you be a strong business if you're shit in any of these areas? And conversely, to be a good business, you will be good in all of these areas. Yep. So now you got a business improvement plan that is action orientated and you're ready to go. Hit us up in the comments if you want that as a PDF Google Sheet download thing.
I'm just going to put this up as the last comment before we go to our Biz Shiz update. So it's Bill Chan, maybe, or Deb Chan. They've got a joint Facebook, or is it someone called Bill Deb? I don't know. Anyway, would you review your business plan each term? What would your business plan and vision be over a 5-year plan into your own professional skills and skills of achievements? Like, honestly, like high level, I would talk about where I want to be in 5 years for sure. You know, I want to, you know, but it wouldn't be any more than a paragraph. It's very high level. However, as I sort of said earlier in the show, this annual 90-day plan, absolutely every 90 days I'll be reviewing how we went for our last 90 days, what our goals are for the next 90 days. Are we on target? What do we need to hustle on, and making sure that we're checking in on that each period, each quarter. Yeah. But you know, trying to plan for 5 years in the front, it's pretty unrealistic, mate. There's so many things that can happen in such a long time. It's very much grabbing your crystal ball. So I wouldn't, you know, other than knowing what it is that you like Junga said and I said earlier, from a high level perspective, what it is that you want. Yeah, that's probably about as far as I go over the 5 years.
Yeah, Bill's my cousin, or Deb's my cousin, I think. Lots of family, excuse me. But what I'll say to that too, dude, is look, when you're looking at a 5-year timeline, it's probably a goal. I would suggest that that's a goal, right? And would I implement implementing your own professional skills and achievements? Yes, but I think even more so, I would strongly suggest that you incorporate. It needs to be hitting your passions and your purposes, your why.
That's it. Yeah.
If you're going out 5 years,
why are you doing shit, man?
Yeah. One of my bros, he kind of hit me up and he kind of said, "Oh, look, you know, I've got this service business, and look, I've got an opportunity to sell some merch, you know, some products, some gear." And he's like, "Should I do it?" And I was like, "You know, is your why doing your thing, or is your why selling products?" right? It's not about the business model, right? When you're talking about a 5-year plan. The other thing I'll say too, right, is sorry, I wanted to bring this in too, just so everyone knows, business planning's changed, right? Because the world has changed, right? So when we're in, as an example, business continuity planning, when we're in when we're in lockdown, you go into like weekly planning, right? And so when we started business planning at Harvard and Stanford, and it was a 3-day retreat with all the senior leadership team and all that kind of shit, that was like back in the 90s. And as the rate of technologies change, AI, robots, social media, high-speed internet, globalization, these have all changed the world, which is why we bring down shorter rhythms, because you can have a goal over 5 years, but man, to have a plan over 5 years with so many variables in between, it's just crazy. So I think 90-day planning is just more effective. Yeah, sorry, what was that comment? Yeah.
Oh, that was
So the world's changed, so be reactive.
Yeah, so Naran, who is accountant / business coach as well, he said, look, nothing better than a simple business plan with 1-year goals, 90 days, 90 actions to achieve those. So, perfect. It's
Strongly
exactly,
agree.
Yeah, strongly agree. So, bro, we're really getting low on time. So, Biz Shiz, what's crank lacking?
For Biz Shiz, what I'm going to say, you can tune on this one too, is we're really working on this, man. I love this. I think our viewership's kind of
right?
Yeah, right. It's our jam. I love like where can you go and have a real conversation about business, and have a bit of a laugh at Nick being a doofus at the same time, and Jung saying stuff that he probably shouldn't be saying.
Yeah. Did you end up getting your bad haircut today?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, look, I got the geez, man, this inverted camera thing. I got the Bobby Brown thing coming back, yo. With my AirPods, and so we're focusing on this, right? We're going to make this like a lot simpler. Not to get too fancy with the microphones and all the lighting and all that kind of crap that a lot of podcast people do, which I really, really like, right? I think, I think that, yeah, and there's some long-term value in developing a kick-ass product, right? And I'm sure you guys all agree that this is a really kick-ass product, but we've got a long way to go, I think, right? And so we're going to start moving into other platforms like LinkedIn, maybe YouTube, I think, in the maybe short / midterm. We probably want to get on Instagram as well, right? Maybe Twitter. I don't know.
Instagram doesn't quite feel like that, but yeah, Periscope would onto Twitter, but I don't have anyone on Twitter, so Twitter's not really a thing in New Zealand, no. Yeah.
Yeah, not really. Oh, yeah, I saw the demographics. It's like 50-year-old white dudes, well, majority. Unless that's your target market, I don't know if they'll like this. Right, and then apart from that, right, just the biz squads.
Right, so your trial group's about to finish, is that right?
Yeah, we got one more session next week, I think it is.
Yeah, and I've got 2 more sessions of mine. So then we're going to have a bit of a reset before we start up again.
Yeah,
there'll be yeah.
Look, I wouldn't mind maybe a couple more in my next trial. Probably, I think 5+ team members. So you're probably, cracking that $500,000 or around that $500,000 kind of revenue level. Yeah, right. Are we going to start charging? I want to start charging.
Yeah, I'll start charging.
Let's start charging. I'm going to say, should we do, like, what are you going to say per month? Like, what's it going to cost per month?
$1 million.
$1 million. I'm going to say, look, I think we tier the pricing, right? Because it's got to be meaningful, I think, and affordable to the different sizes.
I think it's got to be enough that you're not going to miss a meeting.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm not liking, man. Yeah, right. When you give a trial, man, and you're giving up your time and stuff like that, and all the other businesses owners are giving it. Yeah, so we know that, we've learned that, we knew that, skin in the game and all that kind of stuff. But also we wanted to make it accessible. But there's that balance about making it accessible. Yeah, whereas the commitment is part of the value of the bloody thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, so yeah, we have the biz squads. Like, yeah, if you want to get amongst it, get amongst it. I don't know. Shall we make a cutoff date? If you're not in one by the end of a fortnight, end of September, then
8 days. So we'll chat. We'll power about it one more time next week, and we'll possibly put one more free group together, and that's going to be it. Then it's going to be charged.
Yeah.
So, bro, I want you to close it out tonight. I feel like you've offered some pretty sweet high level stuff. Closing
Oh,
thoughts
mate,
on
not as good as
business
yours.
plans. Oh, don't be like that.
No, I want you to.
Sometimes he's a sweetheart. Sometimes he's a dick. Eh?
Yeah, I like that. Keeps you guessing, bro. You never know what you're going to get. So, what will I say? Long story short, don't overthink it, but have a motherfucking plan, because without a plan, you're kind of just winging it, and winging it's okay. But being a bit smart and doing a good job is actually better for you and the business, and therefore yourself and your family and your loved ones and your future.
Yeah, love it. Oh, look at that. Thanks, Michelle. Great to have you on again. We love it when you guys come back and tune in. And yeah, I'm going to echo what Jung says, man. Like, don't get too stuck in the over analyzing shit. Get out there, start making some things happen. Figure out what it is that you like and what you want, and build your business around that. And get some better problems. The better problems always have more zeros after them. Yeah.
I like it.
Thanks,
Michelle. Thanks, everyone. Yep. Oh, yeah. Hit us up if there's anything you think we can do to improve, or anything like that. We're kind of what's the word? Vulnerable, or very open to all that. So hit us up. Yeah. And if you know any single ladies, then let them know Nick's let them know Nick's Facebook thing.
All right.
What's the filters on that?
Yeah, we're ending it now. Bye.